Hello to you all my viewers, welcome to the making of the scrambled text effect, the one you see in this demo video. If you want to see how the geometry nodes were set up, check out the link in the top right corner or the one in the description. In this very short video, I'm gonna show you how I did the materials and how I got this scratching effect that you see on this frame here, and that's gonna be something interesting. So without further ado, let's look at the world shader. As in many of my projects, I use an HDRI from Polyheaven. You get the link in the description. Generated the coordinates, you can use or not the texture mapping, and I did nothing else to this one. And we have this HDRI that you see here, and that's responsible for getting this purplish gradient that you see in the image. We have this default principal BSDF material on the background, as you can see here, and that works very nicely with that HDRI. As for the materials of this object, we have the text material that is a metallic material with this color and this roughness, and basically anything else on the shader was left untouched. And the sparklings that you see are because of these lights. So if we look, we have these three lights here. One of them is behind this screen, so it's actually not doing anything. You can just delete it. But the other two are important because this is what gives us this sparkling that you see here on the letters and on the box. The lights have these values that you see here, and all of them have the contact shadows enabled, and they are white. Nothing special about their color. The camera, it's also interesting by the fact that it has this depth of field, and at the end it has a little bit of animation to change the positioning on screen, the composition basically. For the box material, that's also interesting. So let's have a look at that. If we look at the box material, it's a little bit more complex. We have the box UV that was built in the geometry nodes. Check out the geometry nodes video to see how you can do a UV map for your shapes in geometry nodes. And we use this noise texture that you see here. It's clear, more clear on the color ramp, especially if we go closer. And what's responsible for making this one so stretched is this mapping. If we would put this one on one, we will get something like this. But having it stretched, it gives us this result that you see here. And by passing this color ramp through a displacement node, as you can see here, we get this effect. And I also used the color ramp to affect the roughness with these values as you see here, 0.073 and 0.2. So without it, it will look something like this. But with this controlled, we get more shiny sparkling where the light hits these spots. So basically, this is what I did in this project. What else? Ambient occlusion, I increased this quite a bit. Without it, the scene is lacking some depth, but with this one, we get more ambient occlusion. Bloom and screen space reflections are with default settings. They are also important for getting this final effect. So that would be all for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you find interesting the way I constructed this material. It's a simple but effective one. And I encourage you to watch the geometry nodes video and Also, I want to thank you for supporting this channel. To all of you that are purchasing the project from Gumroad, subscribe